Hello, today we have a little bit more of a relaxed video as I take a walk through this sketchbook that I started in grade 12 art and finished yesterday. Let's get to it. If you have been following along my channel for any amount of time, you will notice that my sketchbooks are all kind of the same level of completion. However, this one is going to be a lot rougher, a lot more text heavy, if you will, and just generally more bland. So if you don't want to hear me talk, and you want to see colorful sketchbooks, I suggest you check out these other videos that are a little more visually pleasing. This one's just more of personal accountability of an archive of my sketchbooks. If ever my sketchbooks were to burn or I was going to lose them, this way they're all on my YouTube channel. So this one actually was given to me by my art teacher for grade 12 art, so that was a while ago. Got stickers and more stickers on the back there. These are a lot of my own stickers, because when I order my stickers there's always a tester one included, and so I slapped that on my sketchbook. This was actually the last drawing that I did in my sketchbook, and I'll get to that later, but I finished Gravity Falls yesterday, and man, what a show. Just speechless. The characters, the writing, just how it all fits together, the music, the mood, the messages, oh my goodness. And then Wendy gives him her hat, and they're gonna have more adventures. So basically I started this in February of 2021 and I finished it in November of 2022, and it was actually, like I said, my grade 12 art sketchbook. So this was my portfolio planning. I was my first portfolio was on gallivanting, and my second one was on wandering, so they were kind of similar. This was mango studies. So yeah, you'll see like some more studies. I use this also for portfolio planning for Vancouver Film School, where I am applying now. Yeah, lots of little thumbnail paintings, which is something that I hadn't really done before, but I really enjoyed. I built my watercolor palettes, the portable ones that I use quite often actually during this art class. So this was me plein air painting. I was out at a golf course in the winter, and I just sat there and painted these winter wonderland scenes, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. I would like to do more plein air painting. And then we got into the greats, so Impressionism. I love Impressionism, so we were to print out some of the things that we really liked and annotate them. So those were my top 5, and then I decided to do a study on Mary Stevenson Cassatt, and I had to write a little biography and a study of her style, and here's just a bunch of her paintings printed out, and I was trying to like emulate the painterly style. Obviously she worked in oil and I was working in acrylic, so that affects it a little bit, but not crazy. And then I did a painting of my mom. I decided, I was thinking watercolor or paint, but I decided, you know what, we're gonna go acrylics, and I made a video on that one actually as well, so you can watch that up there. This was planning my gallivanting portfolio, I believe, and I built an art model for that one, and you can watch that video here too. Man, this is just full of videos. And then just a artivism project, using art to tell a story. So I did it on the uniqueness of life and the preciousness of children. So that's what I did. And then this was more portfolio planning, some layout drawings, and just some sketches. This was the final piece for my portfolio, which is also a video, but I think I can't link any more videos in the card, so you're just gonna have to find that one on my YouTube channel. That's the biggest painting I've ever done. I wanted to have this like fantastical sort of statue in the forest. And that was the end of grade 12 art, and this sketchbook was then put in a can, a literal can, for over a year. And then I was like, this is a good sketchbook and I want to finish it. So I had finished watching Arcane, and I was like, I'm gonna draw some Arcane stuff. So it's just some Arcane doodles here. Not all of them are Arcane, but I was just inspired. And then it was Comic-Con season, so this is where I thumbnailed a lot of my Comic-Con prints. Here's one that I didn't end up making that was like an old Link telling stories. And you can see that this was the Avengers print I did. That ended up turning out quite differently. This was at a church retreat where I just sat and drew the room I was sitting in. This was October 1st. So yeah, since I restarted filling this up, it took me 2 months actually. And then so I was watching the Rings of Power and drawing. I really liked the character design and the costume design in that film. Other than that, it wasn't insane. Like, it wasn't life-changing. Definitely the storytelling in Arcane and Gravity Falls are both better, but you know, it is what it is. This was just drawings based off the footage I took at a concert, and it was just so cool to see people like so emotionally involved in their craft, you know, like playing the guitar, singing, and they're just like totally there. And then I had a 3-year-old color it. That's why it's so beautifully colored. This is the same 3-year-old. Actually, he might be 5. He wanted me to draw side by side, so I did. And he colored these dragons up here. And here we have some more painting by the same 3-year-old, and then just me doing some Pinterest face studies. I like this one. And I like how it's kind of like half lined, half not. And then here we have some white. And then this was just, I was sitting with some kids and they were telling me what to draw. I really enjoy doing that. That's one of the benefits of art, is that you can just make people smile. They ask you to draw them a koala and you can draw them a koala, you know? Fun stuff like that. This was more Comic-Con planning. This was planning my layout and how many of each postcard I wanted. Then someone gave me a Starbucks gift card, so I went to Starbucks and drew people. And that is really fun. Here's a layout of my local Starbucks. And there's someone studying there, so I drew them. Yeah, some more people at the Starbucks. These are just some people at Comic-Con. These pages are cut out actually because these were the pieces that I drew at Comic-Con and sold as originals. This is, my friend told me to draw a fishing robot, so I did that. And just some stuff, and now we're getting into gesture studies. So this is trying to get into portfolio season. Here's some characters from a book I was reading. I do want to draw a finished piece of them. That's from the Mistborn trilogy. And here's just some drawings of my girlfriend. Here's some storyboards for the animation, the little YouTube short I made, and some sticker designs. These are just looking at photos, trying to get the vibe. And this was in the car with my friend. I just drew the center console, just some hand studies, some gesture studies, some more hand studies, some more gesture studies. And these were just from photos that were printed out that I had. I wasn't on any websites for this because I think I lost my phone that day. Now we're getting into some more hand studies. These ones I did have my phone, so I was on lineofaction.com trying to get the structure of the hand. Yeah, working on portfolio stuff. Some more hands. I wanted to draw like a hand like pressed up against the glass. You know how when you press your hand up against the glass and it like kind of squishes a little bit? That's what I was going for there. I don't think I did it, but now we got gesture and just some sketchy figure studies. This is so fun. Like, wow. It's just so like amazing to see how the human body just like fits together and how it like can do so many dynamic poses and everything just works. Here's some more Gravity Falls fan art because oh my goodness, what a show. So good. I love those characters. They feel like you know them, you know? That's the mark of a great show. It's like, man, I know those guys. And then here we got some more figure studies with Copic markers. That was fun. More hands. Still working on portfolio stuff. Just some doodles over some notes I was taking. And then this was at another coffee shop. This one was very complex shape, so I'm not super happy with how I did it. I did it in 20 minutes. It was just after a business meeting, if you will. More hands. So it's just some doodles. Some commission sketches. just working on some layouts for some pieces there. And to end it all off, we got some little kids from my church. And that is that sketchbook. And I know it's not a showstopper, but it is a fun sketchbook. And I did it, and now it will go to the archives. And if one person enjoyed this video, then it was worth putting on the internet. So I hope one person did. And I enjoyed making it because I always like walking through to see how I've improved, see what I've learned, see what I've done. And that was more of a learning sketchbook where I just kind of was learning and messing around. And that is what a sketchbook is for. So on that note, we'll see you in the next video. Deuces.